Well, welcome everyone. On behalf of the board of the Franciscan Hermitage in Indianapolis, Indiana, I want to welcome everyone to this celebration of life for Friar Justin Belitz. My name is Greg Vargo, and I am currently serving as the chairperson of the board. Many of you have known Justin for many years. I am probably a rookie compared to most of you. I first met Justin only about 10 years ago. He was filling in at St. Matthew's Parish to celebrate Sunday Mass. St. Matthew's Parish is only a mere 2 miles from the Hermitage in Indianapolis. I was cantor at that Mass. It was my custom to introduce myself as the cantor to visiting priests to make them feel comfortable and let them know about any particular quirks on how things were done there. When I walked into the sacristy, I found Justin sitting in a chair with his eyes closed. I thought he was napping. I gently roused him, introduced myself as cantor, and went over my points of interest. As I reflected on this exchange several years later, it dawned on me that I had probably interrupted Justin's pregame meditation. A few weeks later, Justin was the lead speaker in our parish mission. That mission contained a lot of material from Successful Living, his signature program, concentrating on spirituality through meditation. It was the spark that led me to taking several of Justin's programs at the Hermitage. Everyone attending today is a different person because of having met Friar Justin. For some of you, he has had a significant, if not dramatic, effect on you and your life. The reason we are all here today is to celebrate the impact that Justin had on all of us. For me, Justin's presence and his materials and his methods unlocked and opened a door that led to a tsunami of spiritual growth for me. As part of this celebration of Justin's life, we want you to have an opportunity to share your experiences and the resulting impact on your life. Here is how the rest of this celebration is planned to unfold. Next up will be a prayer led by Justin. It is a video from the celebration of the 60th anniversary of his ordination. After the prayer, and also from that celebration, Justin narrates his history from a child up to the anniversary celebration in 2021. At the end of the video, we added a few additional slides and an excerpt of one of his homilies from the Assisi retreat. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. After the video, we will send everyone into small groups, online of course, where we would like for you to share your stories of Justin in your group. We'll have 20 minutes here, and when we come back together, one person from each group will summarize their session to the main body of attendees. Finally, after the summaries from the small groups, we will have a meditation focusing on Justin. Before we start the video, I want to pass on a few housekeeping notes. Please keep your session muted until you get into the groups. When you are in the group, you will see a room number. I will be calling out the room number when it is your turn to talk to the entire group. So please remember to unmute. When you come out of the rooms, you will automatically be muted, so please remember to unmute yourself if you are the person reporting to the main group. Thank you. So let's get started. We'll start the video now, and in the early part of the video, there is a strong echo in the recording. We were unable to edit out this echo, so please be patient. Eventually, the source of the echo is resolved. So stick with it, and it will go away after a while.
If you could, please close your eyes and allow your body to relax. And image God's presence within you as light. And see us all connected in that divine, cosmic, unconditional love energy. And we say thank you for the opportunity to share this morning, or this evening, or this afternoon, wherever you are. And we thank God for the opportunities that we have had to share our lives together and to share our truths together and to share the power and the practice of meditation together. And we thank divine, cosmic, unconditional love for the opportunity of this hour. And we say, Amen. You know, I wanted to just give you a bird's eye view of where I come from and what I've been through and where we still have to go. So this is the beginning. Now you will notice on the drum, the Godek, Belitz, accordion, lavaliers. And if you go from the left and count, I'm the third on the accordion. But I used to wear a grass skirt and I used to shake it real good. Next one. And I wanted to put this in because this was a really important part of my life. As we were growing up during the war years, we were entertaining at hospitals and USO camps. Very important experience. And this is where I got all my nurturing from the time I was a very small child. My mom, Jack, and my brother Joe and brother Jim, and Daddy. That's where my spiritual life began. Aren't I cute? And of course, we celebrated a lot. This is the celebration of me going to the seminary. And here I am in the monastery where we had very, very meager meals. I was thin enough, I came out thinner. And my brother Jim, he was our clown and the most important musician in the family. And I knew I was going to be priest at age 5. And this is the beginning of the ordination mass, where we had a live prostrate. And I remember I broke into tears. It was a goal that took me 20 years. And here's the bishop giving me the power of priesthood. And vesting for my first mass in Omaha. And that's a celebration with the family. They came from all over the country. And this is where I was giving my first blessings. And from there, I went to Padua High School. My passion all my life has been with music, and I started there. I don't have a great many slides of Padua, but there were 13 important years of my life teaching music. And here at the beginning of our tours. Oh yes, for many years we were taking groups to places all over the world, and I was living then at Alverna. That's where the background here is. And the most important work I was doing at that time were parish renewals. And this is one from Australia in This was a morning session, but when I had my Thursday night closing, we had 1,200 people there. And I was doing retreats also for different groups. This is a group of retired nuns in the Chicago area. And I was also doing successful living classes with children in many of the places where I went. And traveling also to the Holy Land. And here we are at the Hermitage in 1984. And this is one of our volunteers representing the many, many volunteers who have helped us, not only here, but abroad. And the person is Lillian Kressick, really dear, dear friend of ours. And this is one of the trips that we made to the Holy Land. We really didn't kiss. And here we are. I was doing teaching abroad also. Oh, and I was really proud of the person on the right. You know, in my successful living class, we talk about the importance of creativity. And that's her very first painting after she did the class. And on the left is the class itself in Brussels. Oh, I tell you, the young people that I have met over all these years in my classes have been really great gifts. You know, the young man in the center, this is in Latvia. Latvians cannot understand Lithuanians. They live next door, so their common language is Russian. So when I was getting in class, I had a Russian translator. And this youngster came up to me at a break, speaking perfect English. I was amazed. He speaks Latvian and Lithuanian and Russian. And we really bonded, as you can see. And back in Lithuania, I did a radio interview for the entire country. And the priest who was interviewing me became the bishop. But I just want to add here, all over Australia and in Europe, New York, Pennsylvania, Cleveland, Indianapolis, you know, I was on television really touching millions of people. It was wonderful. And here we are with some more young people. And on the left, after we get finished with all the work, we party. And here we are in Poland. Oh, I'll tell you, I taught in at least 5 or 6 major cities in Poland, and I was always embarrassed because that's where my heritage is. You know, all my grandparents came from Poland, and I can't speak the language, but I can tell Polish jokes. And this is Romania. This is last year. I was teaching this class, and I was during this class that the word came out about the pandemic. And we had teams here in Romania and also in Brussels. shifting all of my plane tickets so that I could get on the very last plane that left Europe for US citizens only. It was really a miracle. Oh, and you know, when I get finished with all of my work in Italy, I mean in Europe, I spend 1 week with the friars in Naples, and the center person is Antonio, whom I've known for at least 20 years, and Sister Paola, and we always have such a fantastic time. And Sister Paola put this picture together because it's part of my relationships class. And this is the very first class that I did in Australia. It's at the University of Western Australia, and I was teaching successive living. And they booked out the history department. And that was the beginning of 30 years of returning to Australia to teach, especially my successful living class. And in Australia, this is a meditation class that I did at the Catholic Center. And I also taught at Peace Be Still. Oh, you know, part of my parish renewals were especially getting to the children. And it was always wonderful to work with them. And this is at Peace Be Still in Australia. They were doing a very special program, a ballet at Chittering. And my heart is still there. And this is another photo on the veranda at Peace Be Still. And here we are in Assisi more recently. I really enjoyed going there. I lived in Assisi for 4 months. It's the only place where I had homesickness when I left. I don't know what that's all about. And of course, we visited Rome frequently. And here, my mom, who wanted to travel all her life, and because my dad became a Jehovah's Witness, she thought that was impossible. So she started to join all the trips that we took with the group. And together we had a fantastic time. And here we are in Malta. I returned there twice. Once for meeting with all the English-speaking Franciscan provincials from all over the world. And that's when I swam with the dolphins. It was wonderful. And here I found this wonderful creature in Africa. We did a trip to Kenya, and we went into the Serengeti. It was a fabulous experience. And retreats at sea. We did one of those every year for almost 20 years. And the picture here is the chaplain with his girlfriend and other people who were there on the trip. Oh, and here we are on another sea trip with my Aunt Clara and Uncle Pete and my Uncle Joe and myself. Oh, these are such fabulous memories. And then we went to Alaska. And we met the Pope. I met the Pope several times. He was so wonderful to me when he met my mother and I, and he spoke in Polish to Ma and to me in English. Ma was in seventh heaven for the rest of her life, having had that experience with him. And on the left is the Archbishop of Perth, and the Bishop of Assisi. And I will never forget the very first thing that he told us when we went to visit him. I took the whole group. He said, "We must become Jesus, not put Jesus on a pedestal, but we must become Jesus." That was really important. And Dr. Kubler-Ross, who wrote Death and Dying, I did one of her workshops also. And Ms. Sarton, who we invited here to teach and give a workshop. And Arthur Fiedler, he invited Joella Jones, with whom I studied at the Cleveland Institute of Music, and I'm still in touch with her. And she married one of the cellists in the orchestra, and I performed their wedding in Cleveland at St. Francis Church, and I brought both of them into the church, and their celebration included members of the Cleveland Orchestra and chorus. Oh, that was really a wonderful experience. Oh, and by the way, their son is Justin, and I'm still in touch with him too. He's the lawyer in DC. Oh, and Dizzy Gillespie. For those of you who are older, remember him. Very important musician in the jazz field. And here we are, successfully doing the meditation classes, successful relating. We teach the art of listening and the quiet. So we're always very busy here with workshops and classes. And this place carries a peace and a joy. Go into meditation and send your love and your healing to that person so that you don't have to carry that burden with you. My dear friends, these texts are here to help us live our lives with a little more joy and a little more peace. Please take the time to make sure that hatred and anxiety and anger are simply not a part of your life. And do that by going into meditation and sending your love to everyone, every single day of your life. And you will find that you will have a peaceful life experience all the time, no matter what else is going on in your life. Both Francis, Clare, and Jesus give us that example. See what you can do about becoming an example for the people who are in your life. I hope you have a wonderful week, and God bless you. And when we ask people, how do you feel? Well, we all feel better and better. Because your mouth is telling your ears to tell the entire body to feel better.
I hope you all enjoyed that. Um, it
Yes.
amazes it amazes me that this technology wasn't readily available to the masses just 20 years ago. In some ways, it felt like Justin is still here. So now we're going to break into small groups. Zoom will randomly select the groups, so the spirits of the cyber world will determine who your group mates will be. You will have 20 minutes to share your stories of Justin's with each other. You will need to select a leader who will summarize your discussion for 2 or 3 minutes. And with this many people, we don't have time for long reports. So please give us 1 or 2 highlights from your discussion group. Also, make note of your room number. We will call for reports by room number. It looks like we're all back. So let's get started with the groups. Who is in, can I have the speaker from group 1, room 1? Make sure you're unmuted.
Patty, that's us. I don't know where she's at.
Yeah,
Okay, we
there's
can
no
hear you,
sound.
Eileen.
Can't get
I
any
know.
sound.
We kind of designated Patty as.
I don't know if you can get.
Susan got on and she had sound. I could hear it in the background. There was some woman talking.
You know.
Okay, here.
Eileen,
I think I'm on.
below.
Okay, there you go, Patty.
Am I on?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
So you want to give us the summary of your group?
The summary is we randomly, which was amazing. My sister and I were both in the same group, which we are relatives of Father Justin. And we had lovely people from Europe, from right in Indianapolis, in Carmel, and in North Carolina, and some others we weren't able to hear. But probably the summary is that Father Bud, as we so lovingly call him in the family, influenced our life with his love and his light. And we're basically all.
I had to hold the space key.
We're all better people because of it. So because of him and who he is, the joy that he brought, and what he showed and what he taught us, and even just how he lived. So.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. Let's move on to group number 2.
Yeah,
You're muted.
I know I clicked unmute. I must have re-clicked mute again real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, well, we had a nice group. I think, probably overriding theme as to what people were saying was to try and become Jesus or be more like Jesus. David was in the group, and of course, we're familiar with him by seeing him in the energy circle, as often as possible. And he just related a story about a child that had asthma really bad and learned how to settle down by going into meditation. And I thought, and that was something that was learned, through Friar Justin. We had Andrea, who is from Hungary, and she's a Silva instructor. And she had, I think, come into contact with Justin when Justin was doing, Silva, teaching Silva over in Europe, actually in Hungary, I believe. Barbara was pretty amazing. She's like in her early 80s, and she's still teaching yoga and teaching meditation. And I'm pretty impressed. She's like a retired nurse, but and we had a couple of folks that, I don't know, I think Marilyn had to do something in the kitchen, so she had to kind of duck out. And then we had Joe Geiger. Now he kind of popped in and popped out. So, didn't really get his story, but he was part of our group. So, and anyway, that's all I've got to report, Greg.
Thanks, Dan. Let's move on to room 3.
Yes, and that's I'm Leah from Perth, along with Alison from Perth, and then we had from Las Vegas and Indianapolis, West Palm Beach, and then two who we couldn't hear. And in summing up, I think I wanted to highlight that Justin was such an encourager of so many other people. His ability to encourage people and support people, and that he so consistently lived by example and was so inspiring to so many. His joy, his laugh. I remember the conga line of weaving through workshops, a lot of fun as well as the deep spirituality. So ecumenical and welcoming of all religions. And then he loved Australia, so the group was asking us, what's that Peace Be Still? And it was lovely to be able to give credit to Wendy Gillard and Peace Be Still and Justin's other home. And then the other, that he insisted on hugging after meditation. We had to hug 3 people, and as some said, that meant so much to so many. And his voice will continue as we all have our CDs and will hear him in our meditation. So, we are all powerful spiritual beings, and love makes all the difference. It's such a wonderful carry away. So, thank you, Justin.
Great summary. Thanks, Leah. Moving on to room 4.
Hi, that was our group. So Janet, Janice, Chuck, Lulu, Angie and I were in together. Like all the other groups, the overwhelming takeaway was Justin was there for everybody. He didn't discriminate. He loved all. Everyone was welcome. It was really lovely having Lulu in the group, who obviously was one of the people who knew Justin the best. And we had a couple of really funny stories. One that I had heard previously, but only recently. Justin had asked her for a water pistol, and when she asked what he was going to do with it, once she procured it, he apparently put holy water in it and went and squirted the people at the post office with it. I thought that was a hilarious story, but it was full of the love and laughter that was part of Justin. He was very serious about spirituality, but with it there came all the fun part of, and the saying that he used to say, if you're not having fun, it's a sin. And that really was a very big part of everything that he did. And really, there were so many life-changing experiences for all of us along the way. And one of the wonderful parts was that we're able to bring family and friends into the teachings, both physically and in what we can bring to other people. And the baton for Justin will be taken on.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's move on to room 5.
Yeah, our group, Brian, Marietta, Christine, Lou, and Donna Bellitz, and myself. So we had quite a group of sharing. I think the main theme of all of it kind of boiled down to love and joy. I mean, Brian, who is in the third order, would talk about the joy that he brings to, when he would be with them and be with the third order, and just sharing his inner spirit and his inner joy. Donna was sharing about family and about, Father Bud, as he was called, and the family, and her son being named after him. We just all shared just different experiences. I shared about those last moments with him. I was with him with Nancy and with Liz and Wayne, Wilson, and the 4 of us were with him as he took his last blessed, beautiful, peaceful, healing breath. And just the joy of his whole existence. I mean, it's just overwhelming to think of all the people that he's touched. But he's just love and he's just spirit, and that he's with us at all times, anywhere, anytime. We can talk to him and share with him because he's universal. He's the universe. He's God's spirit. So that was kind of, I hope I summarized it from all of us. Joy and love. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Deb.
Yeah.
Nice job. Let's move on to group 6, please.
Well, emotions were running high in our group. We talked about celebration. We talked about challenges. We talked about miracles. One of them, we had Barb, Liz, and Ken and Dorian in our group. And we talked about how I think Barb had a brother that Father Justin married, and he danced with his mother. He danced with her mother at the wedding in a polka, and everybody was astounded. And we talked about the challenges where Father Justin was attacked by the Catholic Church, and how we wanted to defend him for his beliefs and that kind of thing. And we had a particular person in our group that he's gay, and Father Justin helped him stay in the Catholic Church because he did not judge. He did not put any kind of that on him. And I was in tears when he's sharing that story. And then we had another gentleman that had a life-threatening illness, and he used Father Justin's meditation to heal himself. And the doctor told him, he said, "You are a healer." And Ken said, "No, it was actually the meditation." So we were talking about that. And of course, the celebration, the 60th anniversary celebration. And and I was privileged to sit at his table during that celebration and talk to him. And it was just absolutely wonderful. I felt so blessed to do that. And just, and celebrating his 80th birthday, I got to dance with him. So that was really fun too. But I think we all said that, Father Justin said, "Be like Jesus," and he's not special. You can do it. So I just think that is so inspirational.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Catherine. Let's move on to room 7.
I was unanimously elected the group summarizer by Mary Grace. Anyway, my name's Al. I'm from Indianapolis originally. I'm in Texas now. I miss all you folks. Love you. Good to see several people from a long time ago. Mary Grace, Penny, Vicky, Bob, John, and David were in our group, and Barb was, I think she's in the bathroom, but anyway, the summary here was Mary Grace said it best, I think. She said I was thirsty ground, and he just kept watering me with more and more beautiful stuff. And I love that. We had words like encouragement. He made a difference in our lives. If you're not having fun, it's a sin. That came up before. Just all kinds of celebration challenges. He always looked for the words in life that meant most. Somebody said there's 4 things that matter most. I think there's a lot more than 4. Anyway, the summary that I can come up with, other than the fact that he was an amazing dancer and musician, was we loved him because he first loved us, to quote scripture. Thank you.
You, Al. Very nicely done. I guess that brings us to room 8.
Okay.
Tricia.
Okay. I took notes just in case I was picked. So here I am, and they're going to be short notes, but I want to kind of get everybody's points in. And first we had Cindy, who met Father Justin recently, compared to many people, but she had an illness, and the energy circle she went to really helped out, and we were all wondering, how are you doing? But none of us asked, and she finally said, "And I'm cancer-free today." So there's a miracle right there. Thank you, Father Justin, and all of those people that were in the energy circle sending her love, because it makes a huge difference, Luce, if those of you don't know Luce, she was the one who went back to Assisi after our trip and brought him home. Okay, I might not make it through this. And so she had just shared that, she had some struggles and she was a recovering child of some struggles, and he really helped her through that. And she shared her story with me in Assisi, and she really is grateful to him for that and everything. Then we had Peggy, and what Peggy talked about was how he said, "I love you," and how his eyes looked at you and you knew it and you felt it. And it was like no other "I love you" that you ever had received. And then Johnny, who is Peggy's husband, Peggy was the female priest up on the altar with Father Justin at every mass, at every church we went to in Assisi. And that was a miracle for all of us to witness and be with Peggy. We're in good hands with Peggy too, for sure. She's got the same "I love you" eyes and spirit. And Johnny just said he was just in awe of him. I apologize for the animals. I'm watching two puppies. Hey. Johnny was just met him recently, and he is in awe of Father Justin and the main thing he said was Justin's courage to have Peggy be up there with him and celebrating with him. And it was really something to see, especially in, a town that is, traditional, but yet, there he was, and he did his thing and he did it well. Claudette came in from Australia, and she talked about taking all of his classes and how Justin always remembered, when he would see her again, the stories that she told him. He had a great memory, and she said he felt like part of her family. So, and then finally we had Greg, who just talked about not knowing him very long, but the fact that all of the things that we have learned from Justin, he said they did a tally, and over 1 million people were exposed to Justin when they did the numbers. So, I mean, let that ripple just keep going. He's a big rock tossed in a huge pond of the universe. And I know that I send his ripple out. And I know that comments that people have said back to me, they come right from Justin. They really do. And then I just wanted to say that there's so many things to say about Justin. And we're all familiar with vaccines and injections these days. And the other day I said to somebody, whether you knew him a minute or decades, once you had an injection, you're vaccinated for life with that love and that joy and that peace. You're never going to forget that. It's in every cell in your body, healing you. Even when you forget, when you remember, it's there and you can feel it. And I just remember poking with Father Justin. He's a great dancer. He loved music. Hey, more treats. Go get those treats. And his love of music, and I love music, and God talks to me through music. And I just remember him saying, Jesus said, "All that I have done, you can do, and greater things." And he proved that. He did prove that in his life. He didn't waste a minute of his life sharing his wonderful messages and love for all of us. And I just have to say, being able to go to back to the Hermitage and visit Justin a few, like maybe a month or so before the retreat, I meet people and I feel like I know them. It's kind of like if you go to a family reunion and you've never been there before, but you realize you are connected. And I just feel like we all speak that family history language that makes you just feel all as one. And so I just think of that song, "We Are Family." And Justin had a deep, authentic love for all. And then I just want to say, like Justin says, amen.
Amen. Amen. Well done. Thanks, Tricia. And our last group is group 9.
Hello. So some of the words that came up in the group were Justin's tolerance, acceptance, the importance, and how it's changed lives, having learned how to do meditation from Father Justin. The acceptance of all religions, backgrounds, anything, everybody was always welcome, accepted, loved, seen. How close he was to his family, how he would make a point to go home to see his family and baptize all the babies in the families. I love that. And yes, and how he was ahead of his time, how he was getting into trouble for doing something that he believed in, which was something very simple, such as meditation, which was basically to bring you back into your own self, into to finding that divinity within and sharing that love, which is very powerful. And sometimes people didn't understand it, but he believed it because he knew it, he felt it, he saw the importance of it, and he kept walking his path in truth. I think the last thing that I would like to say is somebody in the group had quoted it, what Father Justin said, which was, always pay attention to the divine presence in you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Karen. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for participating in those groups. Those were really some great stories, and I was lucky enough to be in a group, and I really enjoyed that as well. So let's move on to our final segment, which is a meditation. So please find a comfortable position. Make sure you're muted. It looks like most everybody is. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Take another deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat the number 3 times. Level 3 is the level of physical relaxation. Breathe normally. I'm going to call attention to different parts of your body. As I call out each part of your body, release all tensions and ligament pressures, and allow that part of your body to enter a deeper, healthier level of mind. You will go deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Concentrate your sense of awareness on your scalp. Relax your scalp. Feel relaxation flow to your forehead. Let the relaxation flow to your eyes and the tissues surrounding your eyes. Then it flows to the skin covering your cheeks. Let relaxation flow to the side of your head, including your ears. Feel relaxation flow down your throat, your neck, your spine, externally and internally. Feel your shoulders relax, and then feel the relaxation flow down your arms, to your hands, and then your fingers. Relax your chest, externally and internally. Relax every cell, tissue, gland, and organ, and cause them to function in a healthy, rhythmic way. Relax your abdominal area, externally and internally. Relax your waist, your hips. Relax your thighs. Relax your knees. Relax your feet and your toes. It is a wonderful feeling to be completely relaxed. Level 3 is the level of physical relaxation. Take another deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat the number 2 3 times. To relax mentally at level 2, bring to mind tranquil and passive scenes. Any scene that makes you tranquil and passive will help you relax. This could be on a beach, It could be in the woods. It could be on a mountain or even a desert. It could be in your backyard. Go to your ideal place of relaxation now. Notice that the breeze is just right, the sun is warm and healing, the sounds and smells are soothing. Take your time here. Take another deep breath, and while exhaling, mentally repeat the number 1 3 times. You are now at level 1. This is the basic plane level that you can use for a purpose, any purpose you desire. To help you enter a deeper, healthier level of mind, I'm going to count from 10 to 1. On each descending number, you will feel yourself going deeper, and you will enter a deeper, healthier level of mind. 10, 9, feel going deeper. 8, 7, 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, deeper and deeper. 2, 1. You are now at a deeper, healthier level of mind. Level 1 is the level of programming your mind. You can achieve a deeper level of mind by simply relaxing your eyelids. Relax your eyelids. Feel how relaxed they are. Allow this feeling of relaxation to flow slowly down your body, all the way down to your toes. It is a wonderful feeling to be deeply relaxed. It is a very healthy state of being. To help you enter a deeper, healthier level of mind, I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and cause a sound with my fingers. At that moment, you will project yourself to your ideal place of relaxation. I will then stop talking to you. And when you next hear my voice, it will be as if 1 hour of time has passed at this level of mind. My voice will not startle you. My voice will help you relax. Take a deep breath and go deeper. 1, 2, 3. The following are beneficial statements that you can repeat mentally. My increasing mental faculties are for serving humanity better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better. Positive thoughts, suggestions, and images bring me benefits and advantages I desire. Positive thoughts, suggestions, and images take priority at all levels and depths. I have full control of my senses and faculties at this level of depth and any other level of depth, including the outer consciousness level, and this is so. I energize and maintain myself in a healthy way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I am grateful for all of the love in me, around me, and flowing through me. We will stay in your special place of relaxation for the rest of this meditation. This is a special place for you. Remember that you can come back to this place anytime you want or need to. This is your sanctuary. This is where you will find peace, warmth, and love. Pause for a moment to reflect on the peace, warmth, and love you feel here. Now, in your special place, invite Father Justin into your place. I'm going to give you a good amount of time to have a personal, intimate conversation with him here. You can express your gratitude for all of the love that he brought into the world, and especially for the love that Justin brought into your life. Take some time now to be with Justin. Remember, you can come here as often as you like to be with Justin. I am sure that he is very happy to come to your side whenever you call him. It is time to move forward. Say goodbye to Justin for now, remembering you can always call on him. Focus your attention on your heart. Imagine it glowing with a blue-white light. Now imagine that light expanding to encompass your entire body. Expand it further to fill your room, then fill your building, then fill your neighborhood. Continue to expand the light to include your country and then the entire planet. And expand that light to encompass the solar system and on into all of the cosmos. This is the universal love that Justin taught us. While holding on to that love, send additional energy to the people in Ukraine, Russia, the Middle East, and all countries experiencing war, famine, and strife. Send love and healing to all sides. Take a moment. Now slowly recall the energy and bring your attention back to your room. It is now time to bring this meditation to an end. I will count from 1 to 5. Start bringing your mind back to this time and this place. 1, 2, coming up slowly. 3. When I get to 5, you will open your eyes and be completely awake and feeling refreshed. 4, 5. Eyes open. How are you feeling?
Better and better.
Better.
One final comment before we go, or actually 2. First of all, everybody wave your hands for Nancy. She did a tremendous amount of work putting all of this together, and she really deserves all of our appreciation. So thank you, Nancy. You did a great job. Another comment is we've had several people ask where they could make a donation, and we weren't going to bring this issue up, but we've received a lot of inquiries. So the best way to do that is to go to the website, which is hermitageindy.org. And at the top of the page, there's a link named Ways to Give. So go there and you will be able to make a donation. With that out of the way, and on behalf of the board, I would like to thank you for joining us today. We will send out a link of all of this recording of this event and also post it on YouTube. So thank you for all of your love and support. You are powerful spiritual beings, and love makes the difference.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
Thank you very much.